set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. That'll be taken in the end zone. And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. They'll start on the ground with Breida. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. 12 yards there as they move the chains. Well, one unit I know you want to watch is that offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sync, as we're seeing so far, where that continuity is there, and you can see that they're playing off of each other while controlling the defensive front and linebackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. That's going to go as a loss of 4, and it'll be second down. Garoppolo to throw on second down. And got his man complete. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this into enemy territory across the 40. He got 29 yards that time. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 39-yard line. Now it's Breida. And an alley to run. And he'll get 4 here down to the 35-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Go ahead.
On second down, here's Garoppolo. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd. They need to get to the 29 if they want to pick up a first here on 3rd down. They fake the give. Now Garoppolo looks to throw. Looking for Garcon, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Rashad Jones. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Tannehill and the Dolphins break the huddle. Come up 1st and 10 at their own 19-yard line. A first carry for Kenyon Drake. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Typically, we think it's the strong safeties that are better tacklers, especially closer to the line of scrimmage amidst traffic. But in this case, how about the free safety coming up and making the big-time play?
Tannehill. It's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And he'll be brought down right at the 30 here. Call it a gain of 7, and it gets him a new set of downs. On first down, Drake. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. That one good for 13 at a Dolphin first down.
And that run was what a lot of people call an explosive run. Gave them good yardage, solid yardage. They feel good about the whole thing, and they did it behind a 2 tight end set. It's always interesting to watch what offenses want to do with the 2 tight ends. Sometimes they line them up together for a power set. Sometimes they put one on each side of the line of scrimmage to balance things out. No matter what, though, when you see 2 tight ends on the field, your first thought is to think run. In this case, the offense was able to run successfully.
On 1st and 10, Tannehill. This is Parker. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. That goes for a gain of 31. First foray into the red zone for Miami. They've got a 1st and 10 at the 11. Drake off the give from Tannehill. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Here's Tannehill. Flushed out right. And he'll slide down to avoid the tackle. Give him 9 on the play. And just like that, it's 3rd down.
Let's go. Quick. Hey, play. Deep. Hey, 20.
Now it's Tannehill. His pass caught with the 4. And the stop will come inside the 5 at the 4. Good defense holds him to only a yard, and it'll be 4th down. Oh, and now movement and a whistle, and they may have to rethink their plans on 4th down. Jason Sanders now for the Miami field goal. This is a 26-yard attempt. Sanders' kick is good, and the Dolphins will jump out to a 3-0 lead. So still no touchdowns in the first half, but we do have some action on the scoreboard with the field goal.
So maybe now the mentality changes in this game because anytime you can get to the red zone, and if you don't come away with 6 points, you feel like it's a disappointment. In a game like this one, being able to kick field goals means you're right there, and then you're just looking for that big break to take you over the top.
The 49er offense now making their way out onto the field. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the end.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. Garoppolo able to find Goodwin for a big one. 54 yards. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory all the way down at the 21-yard line.
Hey, go. Go ahead.
They run with Breida, and he will lose yardage and be backed up to the 24. It's a loss of 2 there, bringing up 2nd down.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
Now Garoppolo on the bootleg. Complete to the right. This is Garcon. And he takes it down to the 10-yard line. Garcon with his first grab, good enough for a 1st down. Two minutes to go here in the first half. My good friend Charles and I right back at you after this. 49ers with their first trip to the red zone thus far. They've got a 1st and goal from the 10-yard line.
Go ahead.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll lose yardage here. They go backwards to the 13-yard line. Now the Dolphins are going to halt the action here. It's a timeout. It's just their first, so they'll have 2 remaining here before we get to halftime. So 1st down went in the wrong direction. They're at the 13-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal.
21.
Now Garoppolo throwing on 2nd. And he holds it in the end zone. Touchdown, San Francisco. Marquise Goodwin from 13 yards out. And the Niners are able to cash in for 6. Gold with the extra point, and that makes it a 7-3 lead. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Well, Miami gets ready to take over again on offense. Look back to the last week of the preseason. Not, to be frank, not that anybody cares about week 4 of the preseason, but 34-7 over the Atlanta Falcons. But let's talk about
the Dolphins.
Let's talk about the start of the regular season. How's their schedule shaping up?
Well, they're going to play all their games in their own conference, all AFC games, and one divisional game against the New York Jets in week 2. But let's just start with the Tennessee Titans. To me, this comes down to a battle of quarterbacks that have to ascend. Marcus Mariota for Tennessee, and of course Ryan Tannehill for Miami. If those quarterbacks make their leap as they have to, their teams are going to have good years. But if you focus in on the Dolphins, they really need Tannehill to take control of this team.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10.
Zero. Play. Play. Go.
2nd and 10. Tannehill once more. Looking for Stills here, and it's intercepted. Picked up at the 48. And he's able to take this one back to the 36-yard line. Stills the intended target.
Well, that's a drive killer right there. Not a really confident throw either. This one was kind of up for grabs, and it's going to come down the hands of the wrong team.
So after the INT, it's Garoppolo. They'll find Goodwin here on the right side. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. Give him 12 yards on that one. It earns him a fresh set of downs.
Get set. Check 59. Mike is 59. Mike is 59. Go ahead. Hey, go.
This is Breida. Nifty move. A little second effort there on the strong run. And then drop just inside of the 20. 5 yards is the tally on first down. That brings up 2nd and 5. Garoppolo now. This will be caught just inside the 10. And he'll be out of bounds. 18 yards there, and it'll be a 1st and goal. So in the second quarter, he's already up over 100 yards receiving now.
And isn't 100 the magic number for a really good game for a receiver? So you got a chance to really shatter that and have a profound effect on this game.
They come out here in the eye. Now we get to the big fullback use check. And across the goal line into the end zone. Touchdown 49ers. Kyle Juszczyk taking it in. And the 49ers add 6 to their lead. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Gold now out to kick it away. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And now nothing but green ahead of him. He's at the 40, the 20, and all the way in for a Miami touchdown. As his guys are in for 6, and the Dolphins have got it back to a 1-score game.
That was a special return, and it happened because he's a special returner. He has to have that approval from his special teams coach's head coach to bring it out of the end zone.
But let's be honest, a lot of times where they bring it out of the end zone like he did there, they don't have approval. I mean, I think a lot of times they do, but correct me if I'm wrong. Sometimes it's just a guy getting a feel, right?
You're exactly right. What's the old adage? Sometimes you just have to know when to break the rules, and if you do, you're taking on some responsibility. But he was happy to do so there.
The 49ers offense now, they get set to head back on the field. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Forced out to his left. It won't be a sack, but it's no gain, and it brings up second down. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense, as they'll stop it with 14 seconds to go in this first half.
Here we go. Hey, gun.
Play action. Garoppolo. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And that is incomplete. 7 seconds remaining. They come up to the line now facing a 3rd and 10 after the incompletion.
6. 12.
Throwing is Garoppolo on 3rd down. And the Dolphins rush gets home. Down he goes. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So on now is the Clemson man, Bradley Pinion, to punt this one away. Due to time constraints, we move you forward in today's broadcast to the beginning of the 3rd quarter. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. That's fielded in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, a good one, as he's up a yard or two shy of the 30. Out comes the Dolphins now. They'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. They're down here, but very much in this game. What's the tonality of a coach's talk when a game is within striking distance like this at intermission?
Typically, what they're doing is emphasizing the things that went well in the first half and wanting more of that. Sure, you've got to go over some of the errors and clean up some things because there's a reason you're down. But overall, I think they want to stay positive, stay up with this team. We're just starting the second half, and we've got the football. Let's go ahead and punch it in, and then we'll take it from there.
See how that recipe works. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. Now after the false start, here's 2nd and 7. Here's Tannehill now on 2nd down. Being chased out left. And he's taken down, trying to do a little too much, getting outside of the pocket, and it results in a sack.
Well, this is something I may never understand. I don't get why a quarterback under duress who has a chance to get rid of the ball and save the yardage keeps it and runs out of bounds. Instead of an incomplete pass and no loss of yardage, it's a 3-yard loss.
So after the sack of Tannehill, the Dolphins come up here on a 3rd and long. Throwing on 3rd down, Tannehill. And it's caught by Parker. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. And the play goes for 19 yards, gives him a new set of downs. Tannehill hands to Drake. And nowhere really to go there. He'll take this up just shy of midfield. The tackle there by Richard Sherman.
Not much happening there on first down.
I thought there might have been a hole for a split second.
Yeah, but it dried up pretty quickly, didn't it? Closed fast.
On second down, here's Tannehill. Throwing right, and that's complete. And he gets it down deep into San Francisco territory. They give him a gain of 38. Great patience in the pocket. Of course, it's easy to be patient when the protection's good, and it was.
Yeah, you got to pat those guys on the helmet and say thanks because they gave him plenty of time to stay back there, survey the field, go through the reads that he wanted to, and deliver the ball accurately. That was really well executed.
They stay on the ground with Drake. And he's maybe going to get this back to the 4, but that's about all. No gain on the play, and now they're faced with a 3rd and 1. On 3rd and short, Drake. And he will have the first down before he's brought down at the 3. Just a yard, but that's all they needed. And by the slimmest of margins, it'll be 1st and goal. They'll try and pound it in with Drake. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know the scouting report on him is that he doesn't possess the eye discipline to be an elite linebacker. And what that means is his ability to read, react, and make a play. But on that one, he looked like one of those guys.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
What's the old adage? Be quick, but don't hurry. Well, that went right out the window there. He was hurried, harassed. That ball had to be gotten rid of. Otherwise, he was going to get sacked.
The San Francisco defense trying to hold tough again. This is 3rd and goal. Now Tannehill on 3rd and goal. And he's got it. And he's able to get it down to the 2-yard line. Able to hold him to just 2 yards, and now it's 4th and goal. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high-percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
So we're back to a 1-point game now as the kickoff comes. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Here's a look at the 49ers offense as they make their way out for their first possession of the second half. And a tight game after punting last time. See if they can get something going on this drive.
As they head to the field now, with the game this close, you've got to feel there's a sense of urgency for them going on offense right now. But they have to do it without letting panic creep in and affect their play.
A handoff to Breida to begin the drive. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the 3rd quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Garoppolo looks to throw. Now they set up the screen. That's complete. And they'll take him down at the 31-yard line. And give him 9 yards on the 2nd down screen play.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Working from the gun, Garoppolo. Goodwin able to haul it in. And what's going to turn out to be the final play of this third quarter. Back now here in Santa Clara. This one's still anybody's ball game. It's a 1-point difference here as we begin the fourth quarter of play. Now a toss play. It's Breida. And here a juke. And he'll be taken down, but not before getting this inside the 30. That good for 22 and a first down.
Well, it is our business to analyze what we saw out there. And on that play, I saw a defense staying in base, not taking a chance, not blitzing in a situation where they absolutely need the football back. That's either a case of overthinking it or not thinking it through.
If you do blitz, do you have to be careful about where you're coming from, or are you just coming from all angles?
You have to be careful about where you're coming from, obviously, but at this stage, you have to take a few chances as well.
Go ahead. One, Omaha.
And with the play clock about to expire, Kyle Shanahan's going to use a timeout. That's going to leave him with just one remaining here in this fourth quarter.
Here we go. 12, fellas, here we go. 11.
Here's Garoppolo on 1st and 10. He gets this to Garcon. Great footwork, but still wrangled down before reaching the 20. 7 yards, the pickup on the pitch and catch.
When you see zone defense and you know you've got a drag route on as your primary call, you've got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go because he might wander into some tough coverage.
One, Omaha. Hey, go.
To throw, it's Garoppolo. Man open, it's Goodwin. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Garoppolo to Goodwin there for a 49er first.
Always laugh when people say, what's the toughest route to defend? And I'm like, any of them, especially if it's a good receiver. That makes things very difficult. But when you're running a drag route, something short, shallow, going through defenders, using guys almost as screens in order to get open, that makes things tougher, guys trying to get to the football.
And on the ground they go with the running back. And he stopped immediately there. No gain on the play there, second down. And in this situation with the lead fourth quarter, they're liking keeping the ball on the ground, I'm sure.
That's just smart football, but you know the defense has to know it as well. They've got to stop them here. So now we're going to see that loading the box in a big way. 6, 7, 8, 9, whatever it's going to take, puts a little bit more pressure on your big offensive line.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Breida. And able to push his way forward here for a good little gain. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first timeout. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. This a big play for both sides. What will we see here? 3rd and 4. Now they try the right side here. And he has the first down before he's tackled at the 5. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. So 1st and goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up.
13. Check 3. 21. Go ahead.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. And the ball smack dab on the 5-yard line. Here's 2nd and goal. Time for a break. We'll come back for the electrifying conclusion after this. The line of scrimmage once again the 5 as they get ready for 2nd and goal. They come up in an offset eye. He's going to get it running right. And he'll take this into the end zone for a San Francisco touchdown. A great effort there. A 5-yard touchdown run. And the 49ers add on to their lead. They get one more as the extra point's up and good. And that will ensure that it will take a touchdown and a 2-point conversion to tie it. Gold now out to kick it away. This is taken about 7 yards deep. And all that worked, but he stopped where he ultimately would have been had he simply taken a knee, and that's the 25-yard line. The Dolphins offense now heads back on the field. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But you also have to remember, they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
Throwing to start the drive, but that one incomplete. An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Back to throw. Stepping up, he's going to keep it. Tannehill able to take off and pick up the first as well. First down now, but the clock continues to move.
All right, partner, I'm a defender, but I've got to express my admiration there. Moving around, making it happen, and instead of worrying about protecting himself, he goes and gets the first down. I've got to give it to him on that one.
Normally, you don't want your guy taking shots, your quarterback, but it's winning time here in the 4th quarter. If he needs to make those plays with the legs, go ahead, right?
Yeah, no doubt about it. At this stage of the game, all protections, they're off.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. They'll look to throw. Stepping up, he'll try and run. And he gets this one to midfield before he's brought down. A Miami first down, that one going for a gain of 11. First down now, but that clock rolling. He'll look to throw. Now a desperation throw deep. That's caught inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. No flags. It's a touchdown. And now a 2-point conversion. And we'll be tied here in the final minute.
Do they have one big call left? Here we go.
All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Tag. Hustle, we're walking. We're all walking.
He's back to throw. And this will be incomplete. And the failure to convert and tie the game. Now the pressure shifts back to the defense.
But I think it was the right play. I think it was the right call to try and tie the game there. Kick an extra point, you're still down 1. What's the sense? I like what they did.
And it's the 49ers who recover it, and that ought to just about do it. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
And play is stopped here. Timeout. It's the defense calling the timeout here.
Here we go.
As they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game.
4 down.
And they will take a knee here. And now whistles and a flag, and I think we got a jump here. So a jump there defensively.
And it's a killer. Watch the football. Don't move across the line of scrimmage until the ball moves.
The penalty helps a bit, but still 8 yards to go on third down for this offense. Down to a knee for the 49ers. This one about to be on ice. Overtime here out west, and you got a team from the Eastern time zone. Maybe their body clock's a little thrown off, or is that overhyped?
I don't